More people now turn to stem cell therapy to treat various conditions and to eliminate the issue of finding a donor. This company stores and preserves umbilical cord blood and stem cells for future use should the need arise. We learn more from Stemcord co-founder Doctor Teo Cheng Peng, joining us now from Singapore. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Briefly, what is a private cord blood bank?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me and good evening. A private cord blood bank is a laboratory that will collect the cord blood at birth and to collect the cord tissue. Now, both this cord blood and cord tissue contains a lot of important cells. Hematopoietic stem cells, mesenchymal stem cells, immune cells like NK cells and T lymphocytes. All these have potential for therapies in the future.
So you're saying then by storing an infant's stem cells can save a family member's life?
Yes, absolutely true. In the beginning, when we started Stemcord, that is to collect the cord blood mainly for the child himself or herself. But now it's been shown that you can actually extend the use across generations. These stem cells can be used for parents, can be used for grandparents. A very good example is strokes. Strokes in the elderly, now there's a lot of experiments and trials that have shown efficacy in using these stem cells to treat strokes. So imagine your grandchild giving you a chance of recovery if you do happen to have a stroke. But first, you must have these stem cells collected and stored away.
So how can these stem cells, doctor, be administered to a patient, a family member who may need these stem cells?
Okay, the stem cells are usually given intravenously, and these stem cells have a very smart homing device. They will usually accumulate into areas where there are injuries, especially the mesenchymal stem cells. So if a patient has a stroke, these mesenchymal stem cells will automatically run up to the brain to help in the repair process. Likewise, if there is liver cirrhosis, where the injury is in the liver, these stem cells have been shown to migrate to the liver and help in the repair process. How this happens, we don't really know exactly the exact mechanism, but these two stem cells do home into areas of injury to help in the repair process.
Doctor, can the cell and gene therapy possibly treat serious medical conditions like cancer?
Yes, absolutely. And this is where the latest developments in cell and gene therapy. They can use cells that derive from the cord blood, like the NK cells and T lymphocytes. And once we can collect these cells in the laboratory, we can manipulate them and into what we call CAR-NK or CAR-T lymphocytes. This can then be used to target difficult cancers for treatment and difficult infections like HIV, fungal infections, hepatitis B. This, at the moment, are still very much in the experimental process, but the direction is clearly in that direction.
Can these cord blood stem cells, apart from the biological family members, also be used by non-biological members?
Okay, these stem cells are very precious. We will always encourage you to keep the usage within the family. Some of these stem cells, like hematopoietic stem cells, you need it to be matched. So outside the family is unlikely to be used. But mesenchymal stem cells, yes, you can use it across generation. You can use it outside the family. So if a very close friend has a stroke, yes, if he's really a good friend, I may offer my grandson's stem cells for him.
It was founded in Singapore, Stemcord. Why have you brought this cord blood bank to the Philippines?
Okay, it was founded in Singapore 20 years ago. We have always been in Philippines through a partner but we have decided to take over to improve the efficacy to reach out to the wider population in Philippines. And the reason is because we know there are a lot of new developments that are coming through that make cord blood storage very important. And if it's not collected for storage, this cord blood will be wasted. So it's very essential that we want to increase our efficacy in reaching out to as wide a population in Philippines so that people don't miss the opportunity to store.
So one last question, Doctor. I'm sure a lot of our Filipino viewers want to find out, how much is the cord blood storage?
Okay, for a 21-year package, if I am not mistaken, it is about 8,000 to 9,000 Sing dollars for 21-year collection, processing, storage for 21 years. Now, why 21 years? 21 years is because before 21 years old, the cord blood, cord tissue is the property of the mother. After 21 years old, the child is now an adult. We want to have a break in the contract such that the ownership can then be transferred to the child.
All right, that's about 320 to 360,000 pesos. Thank you so much for joining us and informing us and educating us about cord blood storage and banking. Stemcord co-founder Doctor Teo Cheng Peng joining us from Singapore.